Hey guys, it's your girl Lippy143 and welcome to my channel. So today's video is on these box braids. So these box braids are extra long box braids. They get to my thighs, almost to my knees. When I have them untied, I've kind of lifted them up a little bit. So let me just show you a little bit on how long they are. Oops. So this is why they come when it's tied up. So when it's not tied up, they kind of get right to under my thigh. And because I'm quite short as well, so they do tend to get quite long. So I'm going to show you specifically on how I get them this long. I'm not going to start from the beginning because it's quite long, so I'm just going to start and let you guys know how I get them extra long. I've done a video of these before, but I didn't really like the way it came out, so I just want to make sure that I show you guys specifically on how I get them extra long. So the hair that I'm using this time, last time I used the impression hair, this time I'm using the expression hair number 60. If you're using impression, it just says impression white. If you're using expression, it has number 60 on it. So what I do is I get a full pack. I used 5 packs so far, but I think you should get 6 just in case, because yeah, I've used 5 packs so far, so I'll need the 6 to kind of just finish up the loose ends that I have left. So what I do is I get the whole pack of the braids that I'm using, and I open it, and this is how the hair looks like. So the hair is quite extra long. So there you go. So this is the hair, and then what I do is I cut on the middle. So there's like a middle pattern on the plait, and that's the one I get. And I hold on, let me just remove this. I cut on the middle of the hair, so I make sure I cut on the middle. Meaning I have this side and that side. So I put one side to the, I put one part to the side, and I feather the ends of the impression. So after I do that, hold on. This is how it's going to be when you fold it when doing the box braids. That's how long it's going to be. So after I feathered the tips of the extensions, this is how it's going to look like at the bottom. There you go. So it's going to kind of create that nice finishing end for you. And then if I'm doing it from the beginning, so if I'm doing it from the beginning, which is like from the roots attached to the hair, I actually get something like this, something quite thick, depending on how big you want your box braids to be. So this is how I'd want mine to be. So I get this whole pack and I do it on the middle, and I cross, and that's how I start from the roots. So I have this whole pack. But if I'm just attaching it after I have done this, so after I've done from the roots using this type of pattern, I'll come to, hold on, I'll come to, that's not that one, I'll come to this size of the box braid. So this is what the box braid, hold on, just to make sure that you can see, this is where the box braid ends, just right there, if you guys can see. And then if I want to make it long, so I've kind of had it finished up to here, and if I want to make it long after I've done the whole box braid, what I do is, instead of using the amount of hair that I used to create the full box braid, I actually just get half of it. So at the bottom, just to connect it, I get half of it so that it can create, hold on, so that it can create this type of finish where it kind of is big at the top and then kind of comes slimming down to the bottom. So it kind of looks like this. So it's not really heavy, because when the box braid is quite big from the top to the end, it kind of gets really heavy. So once you create that loop, that pattern where it kind of just thins at the end, it actually becomes a bit lighter. So that's the hair that I get. So instead of getting both hairs that you use when doing your box braid from the beginning, just get half of the hair that you would use, and that's the hair I use to connect with the box braid that I'll be using. So this is the box braid, which is half finished, and for me to create the long box braid, what I do is, and what I do as well, just to make sure that I have a really nice length so I don't really get some long some short, is I make sure that I kind of reach almost to the bottom. So with all of them I'll do that, and then they'll actually just be the same size. So this is how it looks like when it's almost finished. And then there you go. So I just get half of this, and then I just connect it. So how I'm gonna connect it is, you have this whole pattern where it's like that. Hopefully you guys can see it like that. And then just get your hair, make sure it's equal, as in you're holding it on the middle. So this side and this side should be should be equal, and then just connect it, as in hold on to that cross in the middle so that you leave just one part. And then that seems confusing when you just start, actually when you start doing the plaits, but just continue holding on, and then you find out that it actually just starts holding and it actually just connects. So sometimes it does show a little bit of a bump, but it's not the type of bump that people would actually see that it's connected. A lot of people don't even notice that it's connected. They just think like you bought a long you bought like really long expressions or impression, depending with whichever one you're using. So that's what I like about the hair. So after the hair is done, after you've connected it, this is how it's going to look like. And that's how you get to have this hair. That's how you get to have the extra long hair. So if you want to see how I styled this hair, check me out on Pinterest. It's Sleepy143, because I usually put my pictures there. I'm also going to London Fashion Week. By the time I put this video, I think I'll be already, London Fashion Week would have already passed. So if you want to see how I styled this hair, visit my blog, Sleepy143. I'll leave the link in the information box. And you can also visit me on Instagram, Sleepy143. If you've got any questions, or if you want to see how I do it from the beginning to the end, let me know. It's going to be a long video, but let me know, and then I'll give you some tips, and I'll show you what I do. So thank you guys for watching. Leave the comments if you've got any comments. Check me out on Instagram, and I will see you guys later. Bye.